Hi, I'm Patrick Nugent. I'm with IICLE. I'm here with my great friend Thomas Glasgow, and he is not only a fantastic friend to IICLE as both an author and a faculty member, but has really got a distinguished career. We're so honored to have you with us, Tom.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Just so you know, Tom is at present the principal of the law offices of Thomas Glasgow. It's in Schaumburg. Once he got out of law school, he was elected as a chief medical prosecutor for Illinois Department of Professional Regulations in Chicago. He was appointed that position, actually. He also has served and was elected to the Office of Trustees in the Village of Arlington Heights. He was a former president pro tem and governor of the Northwest Suburban Bar Association. He was the former treasurer for the Northwest Cook County Water Commission. He is a distinguished author and writer, as I've mentioned. He's been a legal expert for ABC Morning News in Chicago, NBC Nightly News as well. He's also been a legal analyst for Fox News Chicago, and he's appeared on CNN, CBS, CLA-TV, and now here he is on ICL TV. You know, I was talking a little bit about some things you've done for ICL. One thing is, I know we've got the new DUI 2-volume book coming out. I know you wrote a chapter on aggravated DUI this year for us, and I want to thank you for that as well. I really look at this publication as a practice guidance for lawyers in Illinois, as the best practice guidance manual in the state of Illinois.
Undoubtedly.
And we're very proud of that, and we're very proud of you for taking part in that and spending so much time doing it, so thank you.
You're welcome. It was an honor to be chosen to write for this esteemed publication.
And we're going to do a 2-day seminar this year on DUI, from what I understand. I know you're going to be one of the faculty members there. I think you're going to be talking about what you do, how to utilize, and when do you get a non-expert witness.
Yeah.
And can you talk to us a little bit about that and what's going to happen at the course this year?
Well, with regard to the non-expert witness, some of the most important aspects that you can have with regard to a DUI is making sure that you can test each and every part of the DUI. DUIs have become commonplace, and a lot of practitioners end up saying, well, I just can't beat the DUI because there's a blow, because there's drugs involved, because there was an accident. There's no way that I'm going to be able to beat this. That being said, having an expert involved can really change the tenor and course of your case. And the non-lawyer expert can assist you in making sure that the elements that need to be proven, either the breathalyzer or whether or not driving can be established, or either when it comes to something as simple as reconstructing the accident to determine who was where, when, inside the vehicle, can become almost the linchpin of the entire case. And taking the time to vet that expert, making sure that you know what the expert's going to end up presenting and what issues they're going to be addressing, gives you the power to give your client different options of either going to trial or giving a strength in negotiation positions for your case.
Fantastic. This year, it's a 2-day event, and I know a lot of the authors who helped put the publication together are also going to be teaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why should a lawyer come out to a live event these days? I know there's all of these choices. You can get things for free, you don't have to pay, you can watch it on TV, you can watch it on a web. Mm-hmm. What's the value of actually coming out to a live event like this and partaking in it?
Well, there's a big difference between a webcast and the live attendance at these things. Part of the webcast, when you're behind the computer, is it convenient? Yes, it is. But you don't get the tenor, you don't get the flavor of what's going on. Additionally, you don't get that interaction with regard to the speakers, the experts, and being able to talk with your peers during the course of the breaks and during the course of the actual presentations. Sometimes the questions that are proposed or presented to the presenters during the course of these functions stem and actually foster other questions which would not have been asked had you been at just the webcast. And being able to talk with these people after the fact, after the presentation is over, catch them in the hall when there's the coffee or the snacks being presented or being given to the guests, is something that's absolutely invaluable. I've seen attorneys end up talking to experts or talking to presenters or getting ideas from authors in this particular publication that have changed the way they approach cases and sometimes change the approach of their practice. So that interaction and that being able to network is far more valuable than sitting at your desk and perhaps having those distractions of, oh, maybe I should pause it and answer this phone call, or perhaps I should, you know, maybe look at this document real quick because I know it's got to get out on time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things I look at and I see all the time is it's almost as if there's a mentoring position for what faculty and members of our volunteers do, because they're so open, they're so accessible. Mm-hmm. You're a young attorney, you're out there, you know, you need to network to meet these people, and you can't believe how much some of these lawyers actually will give back to you.
It is
They'll
amazing.
answer your emails, they'll answer your phone calls, they'll help you out late at night, maybe. But it's really, it's incredible. I mean, lawyers, the lawyers that I see just never cease to amaze me in terms of how much they're willing to give back to make sure that there is excellence in practice, which serves not only the lawyer, it serves the client, it serves the community, and it serves really, truthfully, the nation as a whole. So I want to thank you so much for everything you've done.
And, you know, to just piggyback on that, one of my mentors, and I owe a lot to this gentleman who is now a judge, and he is probably one of the brightest attorneys that I've ever had the pleasure and honor of coming in contact with. He ended up telling me when I was a very young attorney two things. Number one is that part of this job is learning. That's only half of it. The other half is teaching the next group of attorneys to make sure that we foster that good practice of law. The second thing is that when I got my law license, and he was there when I got my law license, he ended up telling me that you have to earn that law license every day that you practice. It's not something you can rest on your laurels. You can't rest on that case that you did last month, last year, or last week. You have to constantly prove that you are a good attorney. Every trial that you are on trial just as much as the client. And you have to prove that you are a good attorney and that you're worthy of holding the mantle of attorney at law and counselor in this state.
March 13th and 14th, I think I'm right about that. That's the date of our DUI Institute. It's a two-day institute. You'll be seeing Tom there on the faculty and meeting some great other people. So please come out to it. We like to think that this is really the premier DUI course for lawyers in the state of Illinois, and because of volunteers like Tom, that's why we have that, and carrying on that mentoring system is certainly a part of our vision. Thank you for everything you've done to make that work for us.
It's a pleasure.